Did, oh, that's not
We're live.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Robert Marshall down in Waco, and we might be having technical difficulties. We might not. Who really knows? It's a fun mystery, and Freemasonry's full of them. I'm here with our founder and host, Alex G. the G-Man Powers, from Gardner, Kansas.
Fantastic to be here. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Yeah, we're dealing with it a little bit. So let me get our other screen pulled up so I can see who we got on with us. But I want to thank you guys for joining us once again as we wrap up to what's probably one of our final few nights. I'm kind of expecting to be back at the office Monday, so but have not got official word on that yet. So we'll see what happens. But so how's it going down in Waco, brother?
Going well here. Got a new goat today, and studied with an entered apprentice for about 2.5 hours. Got a little more sunburn working on the land, and that's about it.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was giving Robert a hard time. So he got these goats this week, and I knew he had a sheep before. I didn't know he got these new goats, but we had Kellerman on just the other night. While Kellerman was talking, I kept getting glimpses in the background of this, and it was taking everything for me to keep a straight face on this end. But I think I held my composure.
I am sorry about that. I did not know.
So you've got the. No, it's all good, man. It was cracking me up. So you've got a sheep, and you've got how many goats now?
3 pygmy goats, and one of them's pregnant.
Oh man, you're gonna have your hands full down there, bro. All right. Trying to get, man, everything's running slow. I think it's on both of our ends this evening. Trying to get the screen up so I can see who's with us. Looks like we got a bunch of viewers with us though. All right, here we go. Let's see, we got Brother Kuntz in here with us, Brother Maddox again, good to see you. Brother Kenneth Kramer with us tonight, Brother Tom, Brother David Neal, Marvin Fletcher, Jake Johnson, Gary Barber, Chris Neely, and the list goes on. Of course, got my wife sharing it out again. Really, really appreciate the hard work on her end throughout each of these nights. You know, doing the Zoom call plus doing the live broadcast takes up a lot of bandwidth. So when I try to move screens, it gets a little sluggish. So trying to share this out to groups on my end becomes very, very painful. So all you guys that may see us through one of the groups and join in, it's because she is kind enough to go in each night and be part of the team here and share that out. So we really appreciate those labors. But definitely drop a comment, guys. We can see the number up top, but we cannot see your name unless you drop a comment and say hello. So let us know how the quarantine's going for you, what you guys have been up to, and just whatever you want to. Well, Robert, I think it's my night to share tonight, right?
Correct.
That delay is going to kill me. Well, I grabbed this. So I share a little bit of an affinity with Brother Patrick Craddock, who is obviously very, very well known for his obsession with Masonic aprons. And that is one of the items that every time I end up at, a yard sale, estate sale, online auction, whatever it may be, and I find anything Masonic, I'm really, really diving in to see if there's an apron somewhere. And this is, I've got quite a few in my collection, but this is one I came by a while back. And I don't know, just being the history nerd I am, when stuff is kind of ratted and tatted, it draws my attention that much more, especially this particular apron. So this is one I found on eBay a while back, and I'm going to try to share it here. So it's got the purple velvet. This is actually all metallic sewn in here, but it's a past master apron, and this is actually, we'll find out here, a district deputy apron. So I just thought this was the coolest thing ever. I don't know if it was framed at one point or not. It's very rounded around the edges. The wraparound piece has actually been removed, but the part I love is you actually open this flap up and it's embroidered in there with the history of this brother. And I had a fantastic time. I didn't even think to grab it. I've done some searches on him and pulled up some information, and maybe we'll share that another evening. I didn't grab it today, but it says here, presented to Right Worshipful George Mord, District Deputy Grand Master in Richmond, Virginia District by, and I don't remember how to say that name, Lodge number 906, FNAM, October 5th, 1920. And that just stood out to me so much that, through the years, all the wear and tear this has got, this served a brother very, very well. And I can imagine in its original day, all this metallic bullion was quite shiny and impressive. And it's just stuff like this that really gets me. Just to think about the story behind that, the Masonic journey that some guy carried this through with, and be able to preserve that in some way and kind of appreciate that history, I think is it's important, What about you, Robert? You got any old aprons in your collection? I know you've got a ton of stuff on your end.
I've got a couple of old aprons. They were family aprons. My great-great-grandfather's apron, my great-uncle's apron. That's probably the only old aprons I have. I tend to collect old Masonic books. I've got quite a few of those. I have a first edition of Jeremy Cross and old monitors and ciphers. Which I've shared a couple of those before on the show on full-length episodes. But yeah, those are just a couple of old family aprons.
That's awesome, man. So yeah, and obviously the one other apron I have hanging on the wall down there is my great-great-grandfather's that I was installed as master of my lodge in. And I still don't know the story. Obviously, never got to meet them in person. Only really know their Masonic history through the items collected. But I don't think he'll ever come to light of day why he wasn't buried with it. Or, I mean, for all I know, he may not have been a very active Mason. It's really hard to tell. But I know he went through Texas, and I know he was in Missouri, but I've contacted both and can't seem to find any solid records on him. But I do know where he was at with small towns and stuff, and especially back in those days, those records kind of got here and there, and especially when lodges closed down, it's hard to keep track of them. So, but pursuit always continues. That's one of the biggest joys of a historian, is always to find those missing puzzle pieces down the road somewhere. And you never know when that's going to happen. So, got my hopes going still.
Never give up.
Well. So, yeah. So probably just a couple days left. I'm assuming this weekend's going to be wrapping it up for us on these toasts. What's your thoughts on that, man? Are you about done with these? It's today 44 today?
I haven't been counting. I'm looking forward to doing full-length episodes again, where we can do some deep dives and some research, and instead of just the little touch landings we're doing on here. These are fun. I enjoy them. I've really enjoyed connecting with a lot of our viewers in this different format, and I look forward to continuing doing this kind of thing. But my juices really get flowing when I get to spend a couple of days researching and diving through databases and finding everything I can about one topic, and then hitting it for an hour or two.
Yep, I definitely agree. I think, my biggest point of agreement there is being able to connect more personally with our followers here. Obviously, with the recorded version of the show,
we don't get that live interaction with you guys, and I'd like to find some way to kind of integrate that in more ways. It's been fantastic, you know, building more of that one-on-one relationship with the followers of the show. So we got Brother Maurice here saying, why ending it? Well, we're not ending the show. We're just going to stop the nightly deals. We only came into the nightly broadcast during the time of the quarantine. Once we get back to work, it wouldn't be fair to myself or my family to do these every single night. It wouldn't be in the cards. But like Robert mentioned, Historical Light's been around since 2016, and our main goal is those full-length episodes where we can really get into the meat and potatoes of some really fascinating topics and get some brothers on from all over the place and really dive deep on those topics. And that's what we're all about. These 15-minute deals are fantastic, but yeah, I love hearing the entire story versus the cliff notes. So looking forward to that as well. And I know we've got a few interviews lined up, so we're going to have those episodes coming quick. See what else we got going on here in the comments. We got looks like Most Worshipful Tracy Bloom just joined in. Good to see you, my brother. Brother Gary Barber said, lucky to have my father-in-law's apron, nice silk past master's apron. Awesome. So okay, yeah, I got a bunch of comments rolling in here. That's awesome, guys. Really appreciate the comments, because that's how we know who's watching and keep that conversation going with you. So definitely always feel free to drop the comments. And I think I've slacked the last night or two, but I've been on a mission to try to respond to every single one of those comments later on in the night. So I'll make sure that gets done. And I've seen Robert comment on a bunch of them as well. So definitely want to keep up that personal connection with you guys. So besides full-length episodes, Robert, what's your plans once everything opens up a little bit and reality kind of comes back?
I've reorganized my business a little bit, so that'll be an adjustment. I have some postponed travel plans. I was supposed to give a lecture at a lodge in Indiana, Alaska, visit a lodge in Montana, and all of those have been postponed due to COVID. So hopefully we can get those reworked, as well as a few lodges around Texas, like White Wright Lodge up in north central Texas, and a few others. So I've got some catching up to do on some lectures that were supposed to happen. Other than that, I'm a secretary, so I'm going to be gearing up for the new year and the new officers, getting onto the same page with the incoming master. And yep, that's what it looks like for me.
Secretary's work never ends, brother. Yeah, I've got some of those traveling engagements as well that I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, MasoniCon up in Massachusetts got bumped, but we got that rescheduled and got new plane tickets, so I'll be up there this year. Really looking forward to that. And then we've got the first MasoniCon in Chicago, headed up by Right Worshipful Brother Robert Johnson, and I'll be up there as well in September presenting. So really looking forward to those two, and then definitely getting around to all the lodges around Kansas and doing some speaking engagements out for you brothers as well. It's been far too long, so really looking forward to seeing the brothers in person. Digital's great, but there's just nothing like seeing your brothers in person. Let's see here. We are at 9 o'clock. Brother Marshall, what are you toasting with tonight?
So I'm drinking a pomegranate Crystal Head vodka cocktail with a sprig of rosemary in it. But I'm going to toast with this shot glass from Austin Scottish Rite Valley, where I'm on the education team and a member, with some Crystal Head vodka straight.
Fantastic. Well, I'm still working through the Powers whiskey, and I may
Unless we extend this thing, which I don't think is going to happen, but I may even this thing off by the end of this series. So we'll see. We're getting towards the bottom. It only took a 40+ day series to get me through a single bottle.
That's okay.
But this evening,
as long as you
yeah.
enjoyed it, that's all that matters.
That's right. Proud lightweight. Well, this evening, my brothers, while our clocks are at that right-hand angle, I'm going to propose the toast to keeping history alive. Keeping in mind items like this and just all those stories behind our lodges, behind our brothers that just don't get told often anymore. Bringing those back restores that history, and I think is very, very special. So to all our brothers, keeping history alive. Cheers.
To all our brothers. Cheers.
Well, guys, it's been fantastic. Really, really appreciate spending this time with you another evening. Hope you guys will join us again tomorrow. We'll be right back here at 8:45 Central Standard Time. Going to chat with the brothers, share a bit more history, and of course, have our 9 p.m. toast. So till tomorrow, stay safe, be well, take time to save history. We will see you then. Take care. Cheers.
Cheers.